Today I'm sharing some on-trend outfit ideas and really simple styling tricks for all of you gorgeous curvy girls out there. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome back to my channel. Now, the fashion industry definitely is starting to make some steps in the right direction when it comes to size inclusivity. They've got a long way to go if you ask me, but at least it's a start. And at the beginning of the year, I always do a fashion trends focused video, and I've been getting a lot of feedback lately about some of these trends not working well for plus size or curvier women. So today I thought that I would share some of my favorite outfit picks from the current trends and a few little tips and tricks for wearing them well. And at this point, I'd just like to say a very big thank you to the team at Kenzie for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. I've been using a Kenzie IPL handset for a number of years now, and predominantly I started using the handset to reduce some of the pigmentation that I have popping up on my skin, and in the last little while I've been using it to rid myself of that pesky underarm hair. So IPL stands for Intense Pulse Light, and it basically shoots light down at different layers of your skin, and it hits the melanin, and then it actually removes hair and pigmentation. It comes with a quick start guide, and it gives you all of the instructions that you need and shows you which settings are best for your skin tone. It has a nice long cord, and this is what the device looks like. You can see that it's sleek and stylish. I use mine on my underarms. I also use it on my legs and my bikini line. All you do is plug it in, and there are 5 different levels, and you just go over your skin and press a little button to activate the machine. There's a little flash so you know that it's working, and after 2 to 3 weeks you start seeing results, and then you'll see the full results after 12 weeks. You can actually also use it on your face, which is great, and it increases collagen production and helps with fine lines and wrinkles, which I love. It really is an amazing device. I also always get asked about pain, and even on the highest level, I don't think it hurts. It just kind of feels like a little rubber band sort of pinging on your skin. The Kenzie website is also really cool and shows you all of their products. It also has a ton of really useful information on each of them, so you can definitely find out more there. Now, Kenzie has also just shared some really exciting news with me. They're currently running an exclusive launch of their Ice IPL device, which is even better than their current model. With FDA approval, the new Ice IPL device also has a cooling plate that helps your skin, and it kind of cools it immediately after each flash, reducing redness and irritation. This awesome device has also 30 years of flashes, more than the current model, and with my code LB50, you can also save $50 off this exciting new Ice IPL handset. So as I said, I've been using my Kenzie device for a number of years now, and my underarm hair is almost gone, which is amazing. Now, the team at Kenzie have given me a very special discount to share with you today, and that is to save $50 off your Kenzie device. Now, all you need to do is use the link in my description box below, or simply whip on over to kenzie.com, which is KENZZI.com, and use my code, which is LB50, and that will save you $50 off your Kenzie IPL device. And as I said, it has been a game changer for me. So if you'd like to reduce the pigmentation that keeps popping up or minimize your hair growth, then definitely take advantage of this offer. I can totally recommend it and have had great success using my very own Kenzie at home. Now, one of the trends that we've been seeing for quite some time, and it's a personal favorite of mine when I see it worn on curvy girls, and that is sweater skirt sets. Now, we all know that we've been seeing lots and lots of sets in clothing. So whether that's a sweatsuit set or more of a tailored set, we have been seeing these kind of suiting type sets for quite some time now. Now, what I do really love is the beautiful knitted, fine knitted sweater skirt sets. Now, the stretchy skirts are really beautiful to wear. They are really forgiving. With a matching sweater is also just a gorgeous, comfy, but yet really polished curvy girl look. Oh, and please let me know in the comments below which brands you would like to see, including some extended sizing in their range. I would love to know what labels you wear or what labels you would like to wear that are not currently offering your size. And that kind of leads me on to the next trend, and I did just mention that, and it is monochrome dressing. So monochrome dressing is basically just wearing one color head to toe, and sometimes we think about monochrome dressing as all white or all black, but it really is just any color you choose. And because color is such a big trend for this year, you may decide that you want to wear top to toe red, top to toe Kelly green, whatever that color is that really excites and delights you. Think about wearing it top to toe in whatever form you like. But monochrome dressing is definitely very flattering, it's very on trend, and if you just think of it in tones of the same color, you will end up with a seamless outfit which always looks great. Now, dresses have been huge for the last couple of years, and I've definitely personally embraced them and have been wearing more dresses. That sort of one and done thing is really handy. It's also summer here in New Zealand, so a dress in summer is just perfect. There are some gorgeous wrap dresses around. Now, I'm always really careful when I recommend wrap dresses, but if you have a curvier figure, a wrap dress is absolutely beautiful because you can wrap it to fit your body perfectly. And what I tend to find being the most flattering for curvy girls is a wrap dress that really cinches you in just under your bust. The V-neck of the wrap also gives you a little bit of breathing space here. Often if you have a curvier figure, you tend to have a fuller bust. So the V-neck is also really flattering, and the cinching of the higher wrap, which does cinch you under the bust, just gives you an illusion of a leaner, smaller waist. So it kind of gives you that hourglass look, which, as we know, is really flattering for anyone. So there are some beautiful dresses around, and these beautiful wrap dresses are just very easy to wear, also super comfy. If you put on weight, lose a little bit of weight, they're always going to fit you as well, which is super practical, but they are gorgeous on. Now, another big trend that we have seen for a little while, and it will continue on this year, is form-fitting dresses, whether they're bodycon dresses, and I know that a lot of the curvier girls tend to steer clear of them, and luckily, and what I have really enjoyed seeing is some of the younger curvier girls really embracing their curves and wearing these bodycon style dresses. Now, these dresses really do suit a fuller figure. I think the key is to make sure that it's a form-fitting dress, not a tight dress. So the rule of thumb that I usually use when I'm styling a fuller figured woman is to just make sure that you don't see a VPL. So if you don't want to see any panty lines or any bra lines, because then you know that the dress that you're wearing is just too tight. So you are wanting to think about form-fitting without being too tight. Next up, I really want to touch on shapewear, but I'm not going to spend long talking about it because I'm not really a fan of shapewear. I don't like shapewear being used to reduce your size, and I think that's often what happens when we opt for shapewear. We tend to choose pieces that are super tight, they're super restrictive, they're really uncomfortable, instead of opting for shapewear pieces that do nothing more than smooth. So I think, as I said, I'm not a fan of shapewear. It does serve a purpose, especially with wearing more form-fitting, body-hugging clothes. But I do think it's really important just to make sure that you're not wearing shapewear to reduce your size, because it won't be comfortable. It may look great when you're sucking it all in and looking at yourself in the mirror, but you can't eat, you can't sit down properly, and if you're in pain or uncomfortable, it's going to show on your face, and you'll, apart from having a terrible time, you just won't look great. So I think proceed with caution when it comes to shapewear, and really opt for pieces that are going to just smooth and flatten and not reduce your size. Pencil skirts are your best friend. Curvy girls need to own a number of pencil skirts, whether they are knit skirts or stretchy fabrication. A beautiful pencil skirt that ends just above your knee or just below your knee or even on your knee is really flattering. What that does tend to do is just give you a lovely curvy shape, and it accentuates your hips. And again, you've still got that movement. You're not restricted with tight waistbands. but it's a feminine shape, and it's also, for me especially, I love pencil skirts because my inner thighs is my least favorite body part, and a beautiful pencil skirt will hide any inner thigh area for me. And for curvy girls, it tends to be a least favorite area too. So these pencil skirts are super comfy, but yet slim line, so they really do give you that lovely curvy feminine shape, but without sacrificing any comfort. And of course, with these beautiful pencil skirts, you can add any cool t-shirt, and when I talk about t-shirts as well, one of the things that I do tend to find works best for curvy girls is making sure that your t-shirts and tops end at your waistline. You don't want tops to end across the widest part of your body, which is your hips. And I do see that quite often, that tops are straight hems, and they are kind of cutting you off at the widest part, and where they finish is where your eye will be drawn. So it's sort of accentuating and highlighting the widest part. So I always say opt for something tucked in to give the illusion of a waist, or a top that really does just finish at your waistline and no longer. So that does lead me on to the next kind of trend that I wanted to touch on, and that is cropped tops. Now I know that curvy girls will often get, well, most of us, I get really terrified at the thought of a cropped top because I don't like showing off my midriff, but cropped, making sure that the top that you wear finishes on your waist. Now I did just touch on this, but essentially there are two lengths that work really well for curvy girls. Now that is a crop that finishes on your waist, or a longer line style of duster coat, cardi. I think what often happens is that we fall into the trap of wearing a cardi or a jacket that finishes at our widest part, finishes at our hips. So I often say to the curvy girls that I style, opt for one or the other. So you want your tops and shirts to be cropped at your waist or longer line, not in between. In the last couple of years, we've also seen the reintroduction of some really gorgeous floaty fabrics, and these beautiful lightweight fabrics are perfect for curvy girls as well. They're really easy to wear, and they again just tend to skim your body. Any structured fabric is quite tricky to wear. Now I talked in a recent video about trousers and sort of slouchy trousers being universally flattering, and a couple of the curvy girls came at me in the comments below. Now what I did mean, and I probably didn't really explain this well enough, but when you're looking at more structured tailored trousers, they do need to be slouchy, and you need to focus on the fabrication. So any lightweight, beautiful floaty fabrics are also going to be more flattering. But word of warning when it comes to those lightweight fabrics, I think it's really easy to opt for oversized, and that's just to sort of hide underneath, and that's not what you want to do. You want form-fitting pieces that will celebrate and show off your curves. You don't want to hide them. That does tend to make you look a lot larger than you actually are. Now another little tip that I'd like to share is that size matters. Now that does make me laugh when I say that, but what I mean by that is that when you go shopping, try on a couple of different sizes of the same style or the same pieces, because obviously there is no sort of universal size across brands, and just making sure that you get the right size for you can make all the difference between something looking pretty average and something looking great. So don't pigeonhole yourself in saying that you are X size, because sometimes you may need to size down or size up slightly, and that will make the difference between an outfit looking average or an outfit looking wow. The other piece of advice that I wanted to share is to not be afraid of trends. And I get that trends can be really scary, and often it's hard to sort of navigate them, especially with every new season, with new trends popping up. I think it's really important that you look at embracing the trends and not limiting yourself with old-fashioned fashion rules that you have perhaps been told many years ago, or something perhaps that you have read about what a curvy plus-size girl should and shouldn't wear. If an item is on trend and it's in a color and a style that you love, your attitude and your confidence when you wear it is actually going to be so evident and it will shine through and make you pull off that outfit. I think it's really important that you're not limited because of your size. Look at the trend for what it is. Don't write it off and say, I'm plus size, therefore I can't wear mini skirts. Minis are in fashion at the moment, and if you are plus size and they work for you and they make you feel great, just wear them. Now, one of the big trends that we're seeing a lot this year is the return of fringing. Now, I always err on the side of caution when it comes to fringing because I do find fringing tends to be a little bit of a health hazard when it comes to doorways and chairs and getting caught. But it turns out that fringing is also incredibly flattering. What tends to happen is that classic illusion dressing where the fringe and the movement of the fringe just distracts the eye and just creates this beautiful flattering silhouette. So if you have a special event to go to or a wedding, or you're just in the market for a beautiful little black dress, then fringing detail is definitely one to look out for. Now, color is a very big trend and a very hot look this year, and incorporating color has never been easier. There's also some really beautiful prints available as well. And my only word of warning when it comes to prints, size really does matter. So the size of the print can determine how a garment will flatter your figure. So the rule of thumb with this one is the larger the print, the larger it can tend to make you look. So I always try and opt for smaller prints, not tiny minuscule prints, but sort of small to medium sized prints so that the big bold prints don't overwhelm a figure. High-waisted pants and jeans have definitely been on trend for a little while now, and that is going to continue. Now, we are going to see a bit of a return to low-waisted jeans especially. I don't recommend them for a curvier, fuller figure. High-waisted jeans and pants are always far more figure flattering. What they do tend to do is elongate your legs, so they definitely make your legs look longer, and they also tend to flatten your tummy area, which again is really flattering. I always say that stretch is best too, and we've seen so many stretchy pieces in the last couple of years. I'm blaming lockdown for this, but I'm not mad about it. So stretchy waistbands, and that's across the board. I'm not just talking plus size dressing. We've all incorporated more stretchy fabrics and stretch elasticated waistbands into our lineup. I've seen lots of jackets with stretchy insets running down the inside of the arm just to give you that comfort. So there is lots and lots of pieces that incorporate these stretch elements to them, and they do make getting dressed so much easier. They're also that comfort factor, and it gives you the opportunity to wear pieces that fit your body perfectly. The stretch just gives enough give so that the pieces are form-fitting without being too tight. So you've got the comfort, the practicality of them, always, pretty much always fitting you, even if you put on a couple of pounds or lose a couple of pounds. And you've also got pieces that are on trend and always feel great, like the sweater skirt sets that I talked about earlier. Anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, I'd love you to give it a big thumbs up. Oh, and don't forget to check out that link to Kenzie in the description box below. And if you're in the market for some at-home hair removal, or if you've got some pigmentation that you'd like to remove, then maybe take advantage of that $50 off. As I said, the link is in the description box below and all of the details as well. But if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you real soon. Bye for now. And at this point, I'd just like to say a really big thank you to the team at Kenzie for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. I've been using my Kenzie IPL machine at home for a number of years now, and I am a huge fan.